stream, I have got a pretty crazy project going on. We have got my Traxxas Ford F-150, and right now I live in pieces because I have to put back on the portal axle. I actually put it on upside down on the wrong direction, and so I'm going to have to redo it. So anyways, that being said, I'm going to get started here. I'm actually going to move the live stream. I'm going to kind of turn the lighting a little bit and then move it over to my parts desk over here. We're going to do that for a second. Just because I have all my parts over here, so I might as well. All right. It's going to be a little bit crammed. That's fine with me. Okay. I'm going to pull this back a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm working on from here. Oh, look at that. There's a Starburst waiting for me. Maybe I'll open it up later. All right, so we've got my Traxxas vehicle right here, and it is a little bit in pieces, so we're going to get working on this right now. This is the portal axle I took off. The portal axle works fine, but I accidentally put it on upside down. So here's what needs to happen. I believe it needs to go this way. Maybe. I'm not positively sure how it's going to go, okay? So we're just going to make sure. That would seem really odd for it to go that way. I thought I had it on right, but I guess I had it on wrong. It can't go this way. It's got to go this way, doesn't it? Yeah. I thought I had it on wrong. I'm not sure. Because we got the portal axle right here. This thing needs to go on here. I didn't just disassemble this piece. So how did I have it on to begin with? All right, so it needs to go. I didn't have it on upside down. I didn't have it on this way, so maybe I did have it on right. This is really confusing, to be honest, because I can't get these links to link up right. They're supposed to, but I just can't get it correct. And I'm not sure why. There's got to be something here that would make sense, right? Okay, so I've got the truck. It's already taken apart. And I've got the portal axle. I've been getting really good at putting these things together. I've been learning a lot. But also, this is getting really difficult because I'm not even sure how this goes on here, to be honest. I had it on like this, okay? I had the portal axle on right here. And I thought I had it on right, but when I attached the links right here, when I attached these to it, they caused it to literally not have any suspension whatsoever. I need to have suspension on the front. And so either I attached the links in the wrong way or I attached the portal axle in the wrong way. And I'm thinking it was the links, but I tried everything. I tried both ways, the links and the axle. We'll figure it out from here. In the next live stream, I'm going to actually figure out how to mount these lights. So these are rear brake lights, and I have these all attached onto the car, and they fit in the back of the truck here. So this is the truck body, and they fit in the back. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make they keep falling. So I'll set them there, and then they'll kind of fall like this. And I want them to stay there. They want them to stay upright, make sure they're but I don't want to use glue or tape. I want to be able to remove them if I have to. So that'll be the next live stream. But for right now, we are just going to see what we can do with this. I have a lot of parts here, so I'm going to make a little bit of room here. And then I've got some pieces there. So I'm going to have to figure this out. I'm looking at the back to see how the back is. It's honestly looking like it goes on like this. But there's no way it goes on like this, right? There's no way it goes on upside down. It can't. All right, so it has to go like this because here's the mount. So here's a servo mount. The servo needs to attach to this piece right here. When I'm putting together my whole RC cars, I want to have it. Should I bring the lighting over here? You guys can actually see a little more of what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to bring the lighting over here. I know it's gonna be kind of tough, but okay. I'm going to bring it down from here so you guys can actually see what I'm working on. Am I a genius? Maybe if this works. I just got to get it to stay here. I should have adjusted everything before I started the stream, to be honest. Alright, that's better. Yay. Okay, cool. We've got that perfectly set up. Alright, so I just need to attach the portal axle on here some way. Where's the portal axle? Right here. Here's the portal axle. This needs to attach onto this. So I'm thinking, if I'm correct, the portal axle attaches on just like this. Now the links, how do the links attach on here? Okay, it's looking like, alright, if you hold up the back, the rear axle right here, you have these prongs right here, these three, and they're facing up. I think that needs to be the way that this is set. Look, I can't turn this around this way. I can't turn it around this way. I can't flip it over. I can't, yeah, there's really nothing else I can do. So it has to, it's really easy. It should go on this way. So let's try to attach it on that way. And then see where we can go from there. Let's just see. All right, let's hold up the links. Where are all the rest of the links? I see two of them. I didn't take off. Oh, I did take off the other two. And it really, really is important which links go on which side, because if I put the links on the wrong side, that's going to cause an issue. I have both the links going the right direction too. Do I? I think I do. It's very, very important they go on right, because if they do not go on right, I can't do this. Alright, so I'm going to first start by putting in these links. These have to go on. But it's tough, you know? Especially live streaming this while I'm doing it, it can be tough, but it's all good. If I know what I'm doing. I haven't touched this for like 4 days, so I know what I'm doing. It's just going to take a minute to get it all. Also, what's really nice is on this, there's also an extra piece where you can mount the shocks where you do not have to mount them, where the high clearance links actually mount onto it. So that'll be really nice. Or for here, I'm going to grab some screws. Those two, so I just need to have those go in here. I honestly forget. I think those, I'm gonna have to figure out where all the screws go because I already forgot. Let me think. Because I need one really long screw for the, when I put those, okay, maybe that's it? I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. That's fine. I'm just gonna put these in here. Okay, I think that goes there, so I'm gonna focus on that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in. Now, here's the tough thing, is trying to get it, hello, welcome to a stream. It's trying to get it actually in through both the clearance link, and I know it's really tough for you guys. You guys can't see at all what I'm doing, but at least I'm here to kind of explain what I'm doing. So I apologize that you guys cannot see it, but I am glad I am able to explain it at least. And feel free to ask me any questions on this, because I would love to answer your questions and be able to talk about it as much as I can. I don't like to just talk about what I have to do in the stream. I like to include you guys in it too. So if you guys have any questions, feel free. Okay, so I'm hoping that's tight enough. I don't want that screw coming out on me. All right, so I've got that going. I want to make sure that this is all set up correctly. That might be the issue. Yo, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hopping on. Right now, you said, what's up? Right now, I'm just working on my RC car. I've kind of taken it apart because I've been having some issues with it. So I'm getting it put back together. And from here, we'll just see what happens. All right, so when I put those on, it's going to keep... okay. It might be because they have the clearance links on the wrong side, maybe these longer, weird bent ones are actually supposed to end up going up top in here. I know you guys can't see it, but underneath the servo mount, maybe the longer ones need to go underneath there. We'll see. Let me try it. And then let's see here. All right, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for saying hi, and thanks for saying cool live stream. Again, I want to make sure that when I put these screws in here, I'm not completely stripping them. So let's try to get this out fine. I honestly have a lot of things I can live stream about with my RC cars. There's always something I'm fixing. So, what am I building right now? I'm putting back together a broken RC car. So, it's okay though. I mean, it all sounds bad that I'm having to put it back together because it's broken, but I think it's all good because I actually took it apart. I know how to put them back together. I'm decently good at this, but I might low-key be stripping the screw. So, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm doing this really careful. I wish I could have a better way of showing you guys. Oh, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. We are on our way to 300 subs here soon. So, yeah, if you guys want to help me reach that goal, I would be really, really appreciative of that. And thank you guys so much. I'm not stripping the screw. It is turning. I can see it turning. I just need to pull it out. Thanks. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if both of these can fit here. I'm going to try to mount them higher up. Okay, hear me out. Maybe these ones go higher up and the smaller ones go lower down. That could very well be the issue. Because when I mounted these high clearance links, it was supposed to be a lot better. How many RC cars do I have? Right now, I believe I have 6 RC cars. I do have a lot of RC cars. Some of them are more expensive, so I'm not sure how well you guys can see. This blue Ford Raptor right here cost me about $600. Definitely worth the money though, because it is a pretty sweet car. Though I do have to say it has broken down quite a few times, unfortunately. So, this looks okay. So this looks like this might be the issue. I might have just fixed it. Putting this back together might be the hardest part. If I had an extra set of hands, that would make it a lot easier, but I do not. So that's all good. There we go. All right, that'll have to just snap back on there. That's fine. So yeah, for now, I'm actually getting it back. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Broken down Ford, kind of crazy, huh? Nothing out of the ordinary. That's kind of normal, isn't it? But yeah, no, I'm really, really glad. I'm laughing because someone commented broken down Ford RC is consistent. It is consistent. And I've actually taken this whole thing apart and rebuilt it so many times, to be honest. I've had multiple issues with this, unfortunately, so... Alright, we'll see what happens here. I've put the links on opposite sides. I honestly am wondering... The issue is not the links. Because this side needs to drop... This side, look, this side drops down completely fine. The back is perfectly fine. What is my future goal? honestly, my future goal is not actually necessarily to be a YouTuber. I do like being a YouTuber. That is great. I love being a YouTuber. Um, but for now, as I am a YouTuber, my goal is to obviously fix more RC cars, kind of explain to you guys what I'm good at, kind of help you guys learn a little bit. But also, my future goal is kind of just to honestly have a main job and then have YouTube as kind of like a side hustle, if you know what I mean. I think if I end up getting really good at YouTube, that can be not necessarily uh, the way it goes, but oftentimes when people get really good at YouTube, they kind of quit their normal job and start being a full time YouTuber. And we'll see where we go from here. But I think mostly the goal is just to work on RC cars the most I can, and um, that would be kind of cool. Where I live, though, is not, it's just kind of a small area, small town, and I do not have a lot of people that would be interested in having me kind of fix their cars for them. So, that being said, I couldn't do a lot there, but I could do a little. Alright, so I've done something wrong here. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not sure. Because there's something that's hung up. I've done this before, right? Yeah, but yes, in general, I would like to have a little RC repair store. That would be kind of cool. And also, I like to resell RC cars. That might be worth some time. I feel a lot of people do that. Buy some RC cars, resell them. It would be kind of cool to make my own cars. I've taken this car and kind of modded it in certain ways. The first mod I did was I added some brass weighted portal axles, and as you can see, I'm going back to stock portal axles. Um, but the reason why I'm going back to stock is because the brass ones actually broke. I bought them for $70 and they're already broken. So, yeah, sure. So do you think it's okay but not professional? Yeah, I wouldn't say having an RC repair job is necessarily professional. I mean, everyone's got kind of their own thing that they're passionate about, and it's something I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy grabbing an RC car and trying to fix it. Yeah, no, you're right about that for sure. All right, so we're stuck here for a minute because I'm not sure. I've done it a couple different ways. This one can. Let me just see. Okay, so it drops down. All right. That's all good. I think I'm going to try. All right, I'm going to try it and see if I can attach all of these links perfectly fine. This is tough because I've got these small clearance links. I've also got everything is loosely hanging from here. I mean, I've got this loose hanging servo, steering servo. Uh, Tough. I have to get this servo through here. That might be a problem. It is kind of like a hobby, yeah. It's a hobby. I would say it is. But so here's the thing that I really like doing. I like being able to fix RC cars and turn these RC cars into, I would like to have it as a hobby for sure. But I think it's really nice to be able to fix them and also make videos on it, how I'm fixing them. Because some people don't know how to fix RC cars. And I think the best way to possibly do it, if you're gonna buy an RC car and try to fix it up, study your whole car from every bit. Um, every bit of it. Just study as much as you possibly can. If you don't learn your car, it's going to be really tough to fix it. So study as much as you possibly can. And I am at a dilemma because I have put the servo in through here and it kind of fell through, and this is going to be tough. So I might have to take these links off again. So far, this might be the way it goes. Okay, I'm looking at the rear to see if the rear should be the exact same way I'm doing it to the front. But it doesn't seem to be, this doesn't seem to be the way I did it originally. This kind of looks odd. Alright, I'm going to try to attach the other links and see if it at least goes together. If it does, then I've done something right. Okay, so far, it seems like it's going together. Maybe this is... Alright, it doesn't go the other way, so yeah, it has to be. Okay, hang on. Let me read all these comments. Okay, an electric Lamborghini. So, an RC electric Lamborghini. Okay, so you do have it with a remote. Alright. Alright, cool. So, yeah, this is Traxxas. So, Traxxas, if you really want to get into RC, the best thing you can do is go and buy a Traxxas RC car. Now, what I've done, because I'm really into the hobby and I've learned a lot, I have gone on to Traxxas here, and I have bought a chassis or a whole car and then upgraded it. So these shocks are upgraded. These are oil-filled shocks. I filled these with oil. And then I've upgraded the high clearance link set. I've added some lights to it. It should be pretty cool. Now, this is a stock car, but not anymore. It's not stock anymore. I've kind of changed things up. And this is the stock body. I've done some things to it. I've removed the back piece here. It was a weird little chrome thingy. I'm not sure what was going on there. And then I've also, I'm going to be adding lights here. And I've removed the front headlights because I wanted to add color changing lights in here. I've ordered some color changing lights, so they are USB-C rechargeable. I want to find a way to attach and detach those from the front here. So right now there's no lights in the front because I want to figure out a way to add those in and make it look kind of cool. So we'll see from here. All right, yeah. So the best thing you can do if you really want to get into RC is go on to Traxxas. Traxxas has the best cars, and they're quite expensive. They cost like this one I bought was $200 for this car. If you really wanted to get into the hobby, the expense is worth it because those cars that you buy are going to last you a lifetime. And if I've had problems with these cars before, this blue one, this Ford Raptor on this over here, it's actually broken down, and I've sent it to them, and they fixed it for free. They have a lifetime electronics warranty on all their cars. So you send them in, and they fix anything that's electronic for you for free, and they can do that. At this point, because I know everything about this car, if something broke down, I wouldn't have to send it in to them. But it is really good for someone who's just starting RC to go and buy some nice RC cars off of there. So, oh, you like drawing? Okay, cool. Sure. Everyone's got their own hobby. That's your hobby? Sure. Yeah, I can always try new stuff, You can always try something different. And for me, this is definitely my hobby. I love RC cars. I put a lot of work into them. Right now, I have a Ford Bronco and a Ford F-150, a Ford Raptor. I do have a lot of Fords, don't I? And then I have their two-wheel drive Traxxas Stampede, which is like 30 miles per hour. But this one right here, my Ford Raptor, runs at about 60 miles per hour. So this thing is fast. It's an incredible car. I would totally recommend, though, for your first car, if you're going to buy an RC car off Traxxas, I would recommend your first car be kind of a slower Traxxas crawler. I would not recommend you get into a really fast car yet. Start with something slower so you can kind of build your way up. Oftentimes, you'll find that when you buy fast cars, like the 60 mile per hour Ford Raptor, I've already had it break twice, and I've had it in a few years. This is a crawler, and I haven't had it break since I bought it. And I've had it this is my first Traxxas RC car. So I say I haven't had it break. The only reason why it looks broken right now is because I've done this. I've taken it all apart to upgrade it. So this isn't broken. I know how to fix it. But yeah, the first thing I'll do is go and get a small RC crawler. And you want it to be very reliable. Oftentimes, you'll go and buy a fast RC car, go and buy something that reaches 30 miles per hour or 60 miles per hour because you're so excited about the speed. And oftentimes, those cars that reach up to 30 miles per hour, they break really fast. And you're going to have to send them in to Traxxas headquarters. I think the Traxxas headquarters is all over in Texas. And so you have to send it to them. Obviously, you have to pay for the shipping, all that good stuff. And so it's honestly better if you just buy something small, start small, get a crawler. Crawlers are fun, okay? Crawlers right now are my favorite vehicles. And the reason is because I know how to work on them and fix them whenever I need to. So yeah, these are super cool. I love these cars. And yeah, so from that being said, I'm going to get back to work here. But I'm going to attach this link, smaller link, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, it's always important to start small and then work bigger as you go. So the sound, I was getting notified on an app. So that was what that sound was. Some of these screws are bigger than others. I should probably see. Okay. This screw, I believe, goes in here. So I've actually done a good amount of experimenting with certain things. If you guys want to buy good upgrade parts for your cars, if you guys have a car right now, the best upgrades you should start upgrading your shocks and your high clearance links. Now for the high clearance links, I would recommend you go and buy them from Endura. These red aluminum ones that I have found are incredible. They're really easy to screw in. If you go and buy some high clearance, these are what I'm talking about. Let me show you from like a closer. Here, I have one more right here. They give you a set of these, and these go underneath the vehicle to give it more clearance. They make it look taller, then raise it up off of the ground. So, if you're going to go and get some high clearance links, I would totally recommend Endura for these links. I don't usually like Endura for their products, but these links have been incredible, and I've really liked their links. So I'm pretty happy with them, to be honest. And yeah, that's the first thing I would upgrade is shocks and the links. Now from there, more of risky upgrades. You can upgrade this. It's going to take more time. It's going to be a lot of work. Is some portal axles. Now, portal axles, let me show you exactly what this is. So this whole axle right here that holds these two tires together, this whole piece is a portal axle. Now, the way you can upgrade these is buying brass portal axles. Oftentimes, brass portal axles give your car an extra bit of weight, meaning that you can you can do climbing a lot easier. Some brands for portal axles can break a lot easier too. Now, I found that these plastic portal axles from Traxxas, these are stock. These axles, funny enough, are actually a lot better quality than brass portal axles you can buy for cheaper. So just keep that in mind when you're going to buy upgrades for your car. As far as shocks go, I've got these shocks off Endura too. So these are red aluminum ones. These Traxxas cars oftentimes come with 51 mm shocks. Now, mm is obviously millimeter. And so I've actually gotten, these are 78 mm shocks. So imagine jumping from 51 to 78 mm shocks. These are absolutely incredible, amazing shocks and links. And so I'd recommend those from Endura. You can go and buy them off Amazon or the Endura website. All right, let me go back to all these comments here. Yeah, of course. Start off small and then keep going bigger. Once you understand your car, for me, I can do anything to this car. You know, I've done new wheels here. These are stock tires, but I've done new wheels for it. And the more experimenting you do with this stuff, the easier it's going to be, honestly, for you. And so I've been getting into this stuff a lot, been doing a lot of research. There's a lot of research. Obviously, when you get into this stuff, you're going to fail a lot, and that's just part of learning your car, you know. When my brass portal axle broke, I took the whole thing apart, and I actually learned how to fix it from there, because if it hadn't broke and hadn't taken apart, I wouldn't have known how it works. So now I know how it works, and sometimes failure is how to get this the best. So for right now, I've learned a lot because I failed a lot, you know. How much are the less speed RC cars in money? All right, so if you're going to get one of these might even get to like 5 miles per hour, but that's about as fast as they're going to go. I mean, for 5 miles per hour, they don't go fast. These are more, slow, try to go over rocks, and some people prefer these type of cars. The slower cars actually kind of go over rocks. I prefer them for videos. Oftentimes you can make better videos with these cars that can go slow and they look more realistic. Now these cars actually run anywhere from like $200. Sometimes they can run up to 300, but you're actually going to find these for less price and more quality. They'll last you longer. So that being said, I'm going to try to get this portal axle in here. Let's see, because I've got a few different. All right. It's always good to go and learn something new if you can. Always try to learn something new. I've learned a lot from these cars, and these are incredible. I mean, yeah, basically making a mistake and learning isn't a bad idea. Now, it's not always. I feel like if I didn't make mistakes, I wouldn't learn. If I didn't pull something apart and say, "Oh, okay, I kind of failed at that," I wouldn't end up learning in the end. But I'm glad I have failed at some things. It kind of sounds funny to say that, but I am glad about that. So, all right. We're gonna see. I'm just trying to get this movement down because this is as much as it moves. The other axle moves like this. Okay, so I think it's about the same. I really hope I've done it right because if I put this whole thing together and I've done it wrong, that's gonna be really frustrating. All right, I'm gonna grab this other portal axle here. We have this wire in my way because I've done that wrong the first time. We've got a few more screws in here. Okay, that's fine. I found longer screws. There we go. You kind of give advice, but you don't even know it. Actually, I do know so much of my advice. The advice I give is because I've learned it. The advice I give is only because I've gone through it. And that's the only advice I give to you guys. I would never give you guys advice that I don't actually believe in or advice that I don't know of. So I'm giving you guys advice because I've gone through this, especially being an RC YouTuber, and also being able to put all my RC cars together. I do know this because I've gone through it, and I've learned only because I failed. I mean, I've learned some things because I haven't failed too, but I'm only giving you guys advice because I know that this is positively true. So no, not necessarily. I trust that the advice I give is going to help you guys. Because these are things that I've gone through and I know this stuff. I'm good at it. I spent a long time doing this, so. Things happen, I've decided I've learned which parts are good and which parts are bad because I failed so many times, This is the reason I'm going back to stock portal axles because I learned brass portal axles are really nice for crawling, but they're not as nice as for quality. They break more often. So that's kind of the reason I'm giving that advice is because I've figured out the hard way that sometimes that's the way it goes. I kind of wish it didn't sometimes, but it does, so. All right. Well, your goal is to become a famous artist. Okay, cool. I'm glad that's your goal, and sure, go for it. The best advice I'll give you right now is if your goal is to become an artist, just follow the first step that can get you to that place and just keep at it. Keep going for it. My goal right now is honestly just to you know, live life and see where we get right now. I'm honestly, right now, I'm just kind of doing what's, you know, giving people advice and trying to work at YouTube because I believe that, you know, sometimes the best thing we can do is just start something, and if it works out, keep focusing on it, and if not, you'll learn from that moment. My goal right now, oftentimes people, when you ask what's your goal in life, they say my goal is to do this certain job, which I don't have any problem with that. But for me, I think my goal is to just learn as much as I possibly can. Right now, I am a cook in a kitchen, and I really love cooking. I really do. And so this is something that I really love and I enjoy. And I'm also a YouTuber, so I can do both of those things at the same time and enjoy both of them and see where we go from there. Um, so yeah, that's my goal is just to learn as much as I can and honestly to teach other people as much as I can. I've learned a lot in right now. I mean, as though I look like just an RC YouTuber, I've learned a lot as far as work ethic, and work ethic for me is really really important. Work ethic is something I spend a lot of time making sure I have, and one of my top priorities is work ethic. As well as I am a Christian, so I believe that what we do should always honor God. All right, so we've made some leeway in this. I haven't ultimately done anything wrong. I might have though. Well, we'll see. If it all comes down to this, I might just kind of put it back together and see because I've tried both ways for the shocks, and then it hasn't quite worked out. That's fine. I mean, I get it. These are 78 shocks. They weren't designed to fit this car. Um. All right. Let me hang on. Let me slow down here. Let me see it. What is this? What if you like it RC car? What if you make an RC car that you like and it falls apart and you make it and it falls? I don't understand that at all. Okay, maybe I don't know. And it falls apart and you make it better? What? Sure, something like that. Yeah, I can see you misspelled a few things. That's all good though. All good. You just kind of confused me for a second. Oh wait, that'll probably be a piece that goes in there. I'm gonna use this one. So far, this is going okay. It hasn't completely failed, so I'm okay with this. I'm just fixing up my car, and I know I can get it back to where, I mean, it's running right now. I would just like to have front suspension. I will have a little bit of front suspension, but it will not be full front suspension, which is fine. I'm okay with that. All right, cool. So we've got this all done. Um. All right, so we might have just had an O-ring fall out. Having an O-ring fall out is not a good thing. We do not want to have O-rings falling out for real. All right, so that's about as much front suspension as I have, which isn't terrible. Okay, something. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. I saw an O-ring fall out, and I wasn't sure why the O-ring fell out, and then I realized that this whole piece just fell off. That's fine. I just screwed it back on. We're all good. Okay. Oh, you're talking about this sign in the background. Let me turn it on for you guys. I know you guys haven't seen that. Let me plug it in for you guys so you guys can see. It is my neon sign. I had to plug it in. It's just this wire hanging down. But it is my neon sign for my channel. It says details matter. It is backwards, I think, or not. I don't know. Yeah, that is my neon sign for my channel. I like to use that for my live streams. I just forgot to plug it in, to be honest. Alright, so this is the suspension we have. It's better than what we had, and I'm okay with that. Okay? Better than what we had. This is the suspension in the back, which is actually really good. Suspension in the front is... Yeah, it is backwards. It's all good, though. Yeah, we still have good suspension in the front. Don't get me wrong. This is good suspension. So, I'm happy with it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Because I had the servo wrong. Okay, look. I've installed... I don't know how I'm going to show you guys this. I've installed my links, and it's blocked the servo motor from... I need to have the servo motor up front. And it's got stuck between these links behind. And so I'm going to have to pull these links out again, pull the servo up front, and then I'll put the links back on.